Wreck Nation, this is Jess Paul of WreckedRadio, and this week on SNL, Frank Ocean performed and was probably one of the coolest premieres of SNL I really ever saw. Seth MacFarlane hosted this time as the show kicked off its newest season, and I'm a huge Seth MacFarlane fan, so I'm kind of biased, but it was an amazing performance from him where he really utilized a lot of his talents, and there were a couple really great skits written for him. But this is Wrecked Radio. Thanks for running your wood chipper right now? This is Wrecked Radio Music Entertainment News Show. So we're going to talk about the musical performance guest, Frank Ocean. Frank Ocean was really the reason that I wanted to do this mini Wrecked Thoughts episode. I wanted to talk about it because it was one of the best performances I've ever seen from Frank thus far. Frank did perform this same song, Thinking About You, on the VMAs recently. That was, pretty recently, if not just a couple weeks ago. He was acclaimed for his amazingly emotional, raw performance that he did. No light show, no, overuse of instruments or synthetics. He did an amazing job, and I believe that this performance even blew that out of the water. His stage included a very unique setup of arcade games that surrounded him and his band, and he did a very stripped-down version of Thinking About You. One thing that I was really impressed with when it came to this particular performance is that when you hear the recording of Thinking About You, you first and foremost hear a lot of digital auto-tuning. This performance really did sound to me like it was strictly his voice. His second song of the night was Pyramids, and I am familiar with this song, but I began to like it even more with this performance again. He spent both of the songs being surrounded by guitar players, it mostly seemed like, and at one point there's a camera shot where oh, hi, John Mayer. He seems to crop up everywhere with every new artist. He has to get his say in there somewhere. And he was also sort of a surprise guest. He wasn't announced to be there, so I felt it was overkill to have JM on his strap. I don't know if he always uses that guitar strap, but I felt it was okay, John Mayer, we know what your face looks like. You don't have to remind us exactly who you are. But near the end of Pyramids, Frank did go to one of the arcade games, either did or pretended to play, while John Mayer just, did his goofy face solo, which is great. It's always great. I don't have anything against John Mayer. I just love making fun of him for some reason. But overall, the point I am trying to make is that I am blown away over and over again by Frank Ocean's really unique qualities as an artist because, he is a R&B or hip-hop artist, and Wrecked Radio doesn't cover that genre. Wrecked Radio specifically hones in on rock and indie and all the genres that fall under that. And I guess Frank Ocean does kind of fall under the indie genre, very in a league of his own. And because of all the controversy that came with the new release of Orange, him saying that he was in love with a man and that's what Thinking About You is alluding to, he is a very brave person, and I'm always very impressed by what he comes up with next, the way that he performs as well as represents himself. Tell me what you guys think about the SNL performance or Frank Ocean in general. I'm going to go edit a video for my opposite channel, prueslove. I've created a new series called Selfism, and the first episode is going up tonight. So you guys can mosey on over there and tell me what you think about that also. Peace, love, rock and